I am back with another video. This time I am scrapbooking a photo I took of my lunch a couple of weeks ago, maybe a month ago. Yeah, it's ramen. I get kind of bored with ramen because I feel like it's this packet with a packet inside. So I wanted to, I've been watching a lot of the show Begin Japanology, and they did a whole episode on ramen, and I was like, oh my gosh, I have to try this. I have to make my ramen better. So, yeah, so that's what I'm going to do. I am going to scrapbook it on this piece of paper. This is a, I don't know if you can see it. I know, my thing's really blown out, but there's, looks like scales, and I thought, oh, that was cool because it was a salmon, piece of salmon that I cooked. And I want to do that with this paper. Oh, this paper, I'm sorry, this scale paper is was a bonus from Scraptastic when I got my kit club membership for that. What did I do? What did I get? It was a paper pumpkin. Yeah. And then this paper I got a little while back at Marshall's for like $2. Yeah, it was just there. This is their like reduced price. It was just one pad, and I was like, oh, done. It's a lot of farmers market stuff, but I'm actually going to use the patterns like this. I haven't decided which ones. The layout style that I'm going to do is one I saw Jen Schow. She's doing this series 6x6 pad paper pad love 6x6 paper pad love. So she's showing you how to use your 6x6 pads to enhance your layouts. And I've seen a lot of people kind of doing this style, and I'm like, I'm gonna do it. So I'm just pulling out pages that I think pull out the brown so that they all, yeah, so that this stands out. And I'm actually going to crop this because when I finished the picture, I cropped it to a square. So I'm just trying to figure out what papers I'm going to use, and we'll be on our way.
Okay, so right now we're going to go fast forward, and I'm going to pick papers to mount the photo on once I crop it down to a square. I found that I like the picture better in a square format, and I thought, especially for this layout, it was going to be good because I was going to place the picture in the center of all these triangles that I'm going to cut out of the pages, and then I actually decided not to put it in the center, and you'll see it and what I do, and I love it. I'm so glad that I didn't put it in the center because I think it just added a little bit to it. So right now what I'm doing is I'm checking each of the papers to see which ones I like together. I really wanted to keep the central grouping of photos neutral, flipping again to see if there's any more than I missed, but there isn't. And I love these papers. They're beautiful. Basic Gray, I think, Herbs and Honey. Such a pretty collection, especially I do have a lot of food photos, and I thought, oh, it's perfect. I have a farmer's market picture that you'll see. I'm going to do a presentation of 12 by 12s that I did for the Victoria Marie Facebook National Scrapbook Day Challenge, but that's a separate thing. Okay, so now that I've cut out all these triangles, like in Jen Show's tutorial, I'm going to outline them just because I want them to stand out, because I am using a white paper, and I'm not going to really do too much to that white paper. It's really going to pretty much stay the way it is. And I really want these pattern papers to, even though they are pattern paper against white, I wanted them to just have a little more definition. That, and of course the baby's sleeping, so I can't use my sewing machine. So this is my alternative to using my sewing machine. I will one day, I swear. I'm going to do it when I have some time to myself. So unfortunately my cutting board doesn't work so well, so I have to trim my pages in order to make them look nice. Because the trimmer isn't very good. Okay, what am I doing here? Oh, I'm going to glue down my pages. Still, oh, yeah, I think I find my snail glue gun and with the dots. And then I literally only have enough. You'll see, I only have like enough to mount a little bit. So I wasn't sure how much I had. So I start gluing because I knew I was going to lay these down permanently. They weren't moving around. So what I'm doing here is I am going to use my trimmer to and my board, my cutting board, which has measurements on it, in order to get these pieces centered perfectly. So what I find is the 6 and the 6, and I line them up, and then from there I just keep pasting down my papers around the edge and try to make sure that everything's perfectly straight, especially since I'm gluing, and that's it. Once it's down, it's down. And I really love, again, I'm really obsessed with this paper, I think, in kind of a sick way. I'm so sad that there was only one paper pad in the store. It was $2 for a 6x6 pad, and oh my gosh, if I had the full-sized, I'd go to town. I really would. This has, I think, been one of my favorite paper packs. All right, so I'm going to trim my picture here and get it to size. And then I'm going to choose some pages to mount my photo on. Now, I start with this green. I really wanted to pick up the green in the scallions that I used in the dish that I cooked myself. I love what I did with this ramen. It tasted so delicious. I strongly suggest that you go on Pinterest and see what people are doing with ramen, because I mean, it's not enough to just eat it in the package. You got to zhuzh it up a little bit. I choose this floral because it is absolutely beautiful. It picks up the browns and the golds and the greens in the photo, and then just that little punch of salmon color and pink and orange in the flowers really just makes it stand out against the pieces of paper that I use for my triangles. So now I'm going to mount it one more time on this brown because I really wanted to have a very like piled up kind of matte. Part of me wishes that I'd been a little bit more like not so straight with it. That I'd done a little bit more, made it look a little bit less symmetrical, but you know, it looks good. I'm not unhappy. Those are Mombi sticks. They're conversational stickers that I picked up the other day. I'm going to use my Tim Holtz Distress ink. I'm not exactly sure what color this is. Something, I'll have to find out. And I use it around the edge, just to bring out again more of the gold and not have it be so boring. That is, I think, mustard color. Shine Mist from Heidi Swap. I'm going to sprinkle it on and across the layout. It's going to soak in a lot to your cardstock if you use a Shine Mist, but that other cardstock had like a glossy on it, and it didn't really stick to that, so the colors look a lot different. So here I'm deciding where I'm going to put it, and I think I wait a little while before I make any final choices. My all-time favorite tags I've ever bought. There were some cheap like dollar tags they're made of cork and they're beautiful and I love them. I gotta find out what color that distress ink is. I will. I'm going through my recollections embellishments. These are bottle caps from their fall collection last year, and some Basic Gray Hey You chipboards. I'm gonna disappear for a second and find out what that ink is. I am. Sorry about that. It's spiced marmalade. That's the color. It was on clearance. And the spiced marmalade actually picks up in the color on that chipboard, that orange on that little chipboard piece that I'm going to put a little titling on. Trying to figure out what to do with these arrows and little embellishments. That Hey You kit is fantastic. I wish I had bought two. Because I know once I use up all these embellishments, I'm going to wish I had more of them. They're fantastic. So I just love the thickness of them. That stamp is, I don't have any of my stuff with me, but I got that at Tuesday morning. It says don't try this at home. I think they also have it at Michael's. And I love it. I stamped that on there, and then I'm going to cut this. I'm going to punch the corner. Once I punch the corner, I'm going to regret the punch that I use. I wish I hadn't used this like ruffle edge. It's a Fisker's punch. You can flip it and it does a small version and a large version of this corner punch. And as soon as I do it, I'm like, ugh, but I was too lazy to fix it. I thought it would mimic, I was wrong. I thought it was going to mimic that, the point on that. I don't know what I was thinking really when I punched it. But again, because I'm lazy, I don't change it. I use my it's a recollections marker that I'm using, and it's got a fine and a wider point. And I use the wide point there. It's a brown marker, and I use it to scratch out the word don't and write the word do for do try this at home. Because I think you should. I think when it comes to food and trying stuff out, I mean, you got to be bold. Either you do it or you don't do it, but I strongly suggest doing it. So I'm going to start to glue down my embellishments. I'm going to use glossy accents to put everything together because I want to be certain that the different textures of paper and cork and the photo paper all stick together. And I find that glossy accents is the best way to really do that. So now as I'm looking at this, I'm thinking to myself, I don't want to center this. I definitely want to put it up closer to the corner of this this little square that I've made, and I love it there. I'm so happy because now I'm really thinking about where I'm going to put my title. But I realized when I did that, I kind of covered up all my splattering. So I take out my Heidi Swapp Shine Mists again in mustard and sprinkle some more down. And now I'm just going to play around with these embellishments, just to try and figure out which ones I want to use, if I'm definitely going to start gluing them down. And I am kind of happy with where I'm finding things. So I'm going to stick that first little cluster down, and as I go, that whole corner is going to start to have a big kind of cluster. It's going to be a little bit heavy on the one side. That embellishment is from, oh, I keep wanting to say serendipity, Serenity. I got it at Tuesday morning. I love them. They're glass brads with a metal frame. Use a little washi tape to hold that down so it doesn't move. I should get this layout out because I have no idea what it says. I'm not going to lie. But I'm going to keep gluing down these embellishments. I'm going to use my Dollar Spot tile letters. They're all alphas. They're gold and cream. I got them at the Target Dollar Spot. I'm going to write the word yummy. Do I even have this layout available to myself? I probably don't. I'm probably the most disorganized person. I'm like, I'm going to make a video. And then, yeah, I'm not even prepared. Getting out my thickers. I'm going to use these corkboard ones because I absolutely love them. I never touch them. But they're some of my favorites. I'm just getting out some parchment paper there. I don't have, I wish I had some, I'm going to have to pick some up, some wax paper so I can just see through it a little better and make sure that I'm putting things in the right place. But it is good because it gives me a place to put down my letters before I decide that I'm going to use them. I like these. It's going to say good enough to eat. The other letters that I'm going to use are from Remarks. They're green and they're from the Chelsea collection. I keep vanishing. I'm sorry. Again, I'm like so disorganized today. I'm trying to be on top of things, but I had a really long day at work and I'm just like, I need to do this. Oh, that little glass brad says handcrafted, which I thought was cool because I did kind of handcraft everything. Well, I mean, I didn't make the noodles, but okay. So after I stick this down, and this is why I don't press hard when I first put my letters down, I realized I put them way too far to the left. I am going to have to use my craft knife to get them up, but they're not completely stuck down, which is good. Never press down unless you're absolutely sure you want to put your letters where you have them. But I'm really sure about where I want to put these because I know that they're lined up properly. I counted my letters and I knew which one was the center and how much space I needed to get that H in. Yeah, I never used these letters either. I don't know what I bought them for. I mean, I probably just liked them. I think they were $1 at like Marshall's or something, but I never used them. And I was like, oh, they're perfect for this. The shade of green was really nice, and I wanted to match that green that I used in the background. Okay, here's something very important. You notice I moved my letters closer together. That is something in typography that's called kerning. Kerning. I'm probably going to do a whole video on kerning. Kerning is how far apart you space your letters. And I think that good kerning makes a difference between an okay layout and like a layout looking really, really posh or stylish. It just makes everything look well put together when letters are spaced out appropriately. But yeah, I'll probably have like hubby on the video, and we can talk about fonts and kerning and why they're important to handwriting and lettering in general. Because I think yeah, that'd be fun. I mean, no, I don't know. You guys let me know if you'd like something like that. I mean, I'm probably gonna put it together. You know, if you guys want it. I'm gonna play around forever with this little bottle cap. It's got like enamel on it or something, or like some kind of glossy accent like over the paper, and it's beautiful. And I'm dying to use those. Some of those things I just haven't used, and I'm like, okay, I'm going to use them. So I wasn't sure I was going to put it until I put down that arrow from the Hey You collection, and then it didn't want to stick because the foam dot wasn't big enough. So then I'm like, oh, fine, I'll just stick this other foam dot on there, and then it's too big. But I'm kind of lazy, so I don't fix it. So it sticks out a little bit on my I mean, you can't notice now that it's in the page, but like, I mean, I know. I should have probably cut down the thing and glued it together instead of using the adhesive on both sides. So I'm gonna go through these Mombi stickers and figure out which ones I want to use. That one says favorite, and the other one that I'm going to use says the best. And that shade of brown is really nice because it's got that same orange color as in the word favorite in the writing, and it just pulls the two together, and then they look great with that, with all the other oranges and browns and neutrals that are going on in the page. So I'm trying to figure out how I'm going to do my my journaling, because I really don't want to say a lot, but I want to put my journaling somewhere where it's not obtrusive. And I put it on that arrow, and it says, it's such a wonderful thing to be able to eat what I shoot. And yeah, it really is. It's great being a food photographer, because at the end, like, I don't do like anything with like you know, using Crisco for ice cream. I use real food, and I take shots really quickly, so I have to be very prepared for my shots. I put the date on there with my Amy Tangerine roller stamp, March 25th, 2015. And that's it. That completes my layout. Here are the close-ups for you. I hope you enjoyed watching me do this process video. If you would like to do a layout like this, I suggest going to the link that I'm going to post in the comments section, and definitely go visit Jen Schow's page. Please like her page. She's fantastic. And follow her the whole 6x6. She's doing a 10 series, a 10 post series on it. I think you'll really enjoy it. I'm learning a lot about scrapbooking from watching these videos, and thank you so much for joining in.